we'll have to weigh in on. You are now live, folks.
JT and Ingeborg.
Okay. We're going live or we're going live?
Stow TV has gone live.
Hello, hello, hello.
Ooh, and it's 7 o'clock.
Good evening and welcome to the May 26th, 2026 Select Board meeting. Our first order of business is the reorganization of the board. This is where we elect our chair and clerk. And I have been acting as the clerk, and since Megan did not seek re-election, welcome Brian. I'm in the position of acting chair at the moment. So, does anybody have nomination for the chair?
Who's interested?
I mean, I can do it if people want me to.
I would put forward Ingeborg as a name.
Did you want to, or you want to wait till your last year?
I think I could wait another year. I mean, I'm expire in 28, so I actually have 2 more years, right?
Yes.
Okay, I can be clerk,
Okay.
All right, then I nominate JT Toole.
but thank you for the nomination. I've been putting this off for years.
Second.
So, motion has been made and seconded to elect myself, J.G. Toole, as chair of the select board for the next year. Any discussion?
I think we just had that discussion.
Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Let the record show I've recused on the vote, otherwise it was
No,
unanimous.
you don't need to recuse on that. There's no financial benefit to you.
That's for sure.
Am I marking you as recused?
No, then make it unanimous.
Did we select who's doing motions and who's seconded?
No.
We'll get to
First, we
that.
have
okay.
to get a clerk.
And now I will take nominations for clerk, and I would wholeheartedly like to nominate Ingeborg.
Second.
Any other discussion or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Let the record show it is unanimous. Okay, moving along, we'll go to public comment. Public comment is a period of time where we invite anyone from the public to make comments on anything that is not on the agenda. It is limited to 2 minutes. We do ask that you state your name and where you're from, and we take no more than 5 comments. So are there public comment?
2 already.
Anyone in the room? Seeing and hearing none,
You have-
online I see.
Yes, but it's not letting me ask to, Mike, can you unmute yourself? It's not letting me send you an unmute. No, okay, hang on. Well, I'll do that for the moment. Now you should be able to unmute while I figure this out.
There we go. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations, Brian.
Thank you, sir.
So, Mike Salisi, Police Chief here. And I just wanted to give a congratulations to my business manager, Phoenix. She has been selected to receive the 2026 Spirit of Mali Civilian Achievement Award. It is awarded from the Massachusetts Association of Women in Law Enforcement. It's a statewide organization dedicated to keeping women in law enforcement informed, connected, and celebrated. Phoenix has transformed her role far beyond its original scope. She was able to start our community engagement team, the National Night Out program that we have in August, which we'll be talking about later. She also coordinated a landmark domestic violence awareness event with the Gabby Petito Foundation. And also this year, she was able to organize one of the largest food drives in Stow Food Pantry history. I am incredibly proud of Phoenix and believe that this recognition not only reflects her outstanding contributions to the to the Stow Police Department, but to the community as well. And I thought the select board should be aware of this. So, there you go. Thank you.
Congratulations, Phoenix.
Congratulations, Phoenix. Thank you for sharing.
She,
Is she on?
Yes, but it's not letting me unmute folks, so
okay.
just give me a moment, please.
Well, while you're doing that,
Well, I'm gonna do this for a moment. So Phoenix, you can unmute if you'd like.
Yeah, she did it.
Thank you. I am gonna stay with my camera off because I do so well with public recognition that I am probably as red as a tomato right now. So, for the little bit of self-respect I have, I'm gonna keep the camera off just to cool down. But thank you for the kind words, Chief, and everyone else. I really enjoy working for Stow, so I'm just happy to be part of a great team.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for all you're doing.
It's a great honor that you've received. I know it's well deserved, and we are extremely fortunate to have you in our service, Phoenix. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have another hand raised.
Yes, we do.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Is it working?
They can unmute,
Oh,
yep.
okay.
Oh, I did manage to unmute myself.
Yes.
Okay, there's a video. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to ask the selectmen, if we could try and do something about the state of some of the roads in town. I mean, I'm talking about the roads I use most often, but they're pretty well-traveled roads. Things like, Boxborough Road, South Acton Road, Crescent Street. From my perspective, all of those roads basically need a complete resurface top to bottom. They have been patched. I mean, I see where they put some little patches on, but there are many, many deep, vicious potholes still on those roads. And I'd like to ask the select board to make sure that, over the summer when it's possible, that they, the highway department actually try and get to some of those holes.
It's a fair.
Because I think they're actually a traffic safety issue. You end up having to straddle the centre line, or sometimes even go into the oncoming lane to go around some of these potholes if you've got a car with small tyres, which is what I did.
Okay. Well, thank you for the comments.
Okay.
Are there any other seeing and hearing none? We'll move on to board member updates. Does anybody have any updates? Hector?
It was a great turnout for the parade yesterday, including the weather-wise.
Yeah.
It was nice to see everybody out there. And now, welcome to Brian as our newest member of the board, and looking forward to another year.
Ingeborg, do you have any?
Nothing, no.
Dan?
I would just echo his 2 points, so
Brian?
I'll sit over here.
Okay. And I'll just ditto what you said, so. Moving along, the town administrator's report.
Thank you. I just have a few quick things for you this evening. I'm pleased to share that I have been working with the Masters Academy to select the inaugural recipient of the full one-day tuition scholarship. The student selected will be going into the 6th grade, and they will have the opportunity to pursue multiple sporting paths because you don't pick your major in 6th grade. So we're very excited for the student. He has not been informed yet, so I don't want to release that information, but they had 3 applicants from the town. They've accepted 2 out of the 3, so this would be one of those 2 that would receive the inaugural scholarship. And then going forward, we will be putting together a more formal process that announcements will go out. We will accept applications from the community of who wants to participate in this, and then we will have a selection committee. But for this first year, we just decided to go through the applicants from Stow and select one, so it's very exciting. Just an FYI for the board and the public, I was contacted today by the American Heritage Museum. The National Guard would like to use their property for a training mission on Thursday, June 4th. weather permitting. They will be flying 4 UH-60 Blackhawk helicopters, coming in, landing on site, doing some training, and then departing. So this is not a museum event. It is not open to the public. The public is not welcome to participate in this, but there will be Blackhawks flying in from the National Guard. So everyone is trained. Obviously, they're certified pilots, and but they will be using the National American Heritage Museum property for this. And then lastly, just my next discussions with Denise is next Wednesday, June 3rd, at the community center. And then, as I have for the last few years, I'll be taking off July and August, and the office hours will resume again in September. That's it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Will a notification go out to the public about the June 4th event?
Yes, so I've asked, the rain date is the 12th, so I've asked Rob Collings to just notify me the morning of the 4th if it is taking place, and then we'll put something out on our social media and our website, just to let folks know that it'll be happening.
Alrighty. We now can move to appointments, and the one that we have right now is Leonard Golder to the Board of Assessors through June 30th, 2029.
What do you want to do? Motion
Oh,
and second?
we have someone,
That's classic.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
well, they've been removed. You'll recognize that name from your correspondence, so we've removed them from the meeting.
in accordance with our policy.
Yes.
Very good. Yes, before we do go further, and thanks for bringing that back up, Hector. Could I have someone who would be willing to do motions this evening?
Yeah.
Brian
Okay,
got his hand up. Would you
Sure.
like to second, Dan?
sure.
Perfect. Okay. So, with the agenda item of appointments, we have Lenny Golder to the Board of Assessors through June 30th, 2029. I'll take a motion, please.
I move to appoint Leonard Golder to the Board of Assessors through June 30th, 2029.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Yes, Dan?
I was thinking about this earlier. I, have no doubts that Lenny can do this. I just know that it would mean both Board of Assessors and also Board of Ed, so wouldn't want him to be stretched too thin, but if he feels he is up for it, I trust that he
What
can.
was the second board?
Board of Education.
School committee.
School committee,
Sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say another board. Okay, thank you.
Wrong terminology.
Yeah.
Apologies.
It's okay.
He's also an associate on the ZBA.
Oh. Busy man.
I do know that when he was written in for school committee, he did speak to the town clerk and state that he would be able to accomplish both. He was not sure about remaining on ZBA long-term, given these other two, but he was fine
Is he a,
proceeding now with all
is
of
he
them.
a full member on ZBA or an associate?
Associate.
And there's nothing precluding him from holding two positions.
Nope, there are certain committees under our bylaw that you're not allowed to hold other positions, but none of the ones that he's on have any conflict.
Is Lenny with us at all?
I do not see him on here now.
Okay. Any other comments? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Let the record show it's unanimous.
And thank you to Leonard.
Yes. Next on the agenda is our special event permit for the Police Department National Night Out for Tuesday, August 4th from 5:30 PM to 8 PM. And the event manager being Phoenix Dwyer.
Will she turn on her camera now?
Yeah.
Yep, it's turning on. I'm still red, but just ignore that.
Yeah.
Yep, so I am here for the night out permit, as you guys stated, for August 4th from 5:30 to 8. This is now our third year doing this event. We are not having a dunk tank this year. I think both chiefs were very good sports last year, so we decided to give them a break this year. But we are gonna have face painting instead. We're gonna have an inflatable game, and then we're gonna also have someone dressed up as Chase from Paw Patrol going around to take pictures with kids as well.
Okay. The necessary paperwork has been submitted, Madam Administrator?
Yes, the only thing we're waiting on is, and correct me, Phoenix, at the time, you didn't know exactly which food vendors would be participating, is that right?
Yep, so right now the only one we have confirmed is Cousins. And if any more were to add on, like they did last year, we would certainly reach out to the Board of Health and make sure there's no conflict or issues there or any additional paperwork that needs to be filed.
Yep, so that's the only thing we're missing, so that's why your motion is contingent upon just making sure whatever vendors are part of the event have their proper permitting.
Okay. On the certificate of liability insurance, who's holding that?
Well, they're a town department. So there is
No,
certificate.
so the one we submitted is just for the inflatable itself.
For the inflatable itself, okay, could you?
Yeah, it is not a bouncy house. It's a game where you like throw footballs and kick soccer balls. It's not a bouncy house per se, but we just wanted to show that they held the certificate for that piece of equipment.
Okay, the only concern I would have, as I do with all of them, is to additionally name the town on that certificate. It doesn't cost them anything and it's pretty easy to do, so if they could do that, I would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that too, and I thought maybe this is different, so.
All right, any other questions, comments from anybody on the board?
I move to grant a permit for a National Police Night Out on Tuesday, August the 4th of 2026 from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. With the event manager of Phoenix Dwyer, contingent upon receiving confirmation that all vendors requiring a permit or license have acquired one.
Second.
Do we need to amend that to include the certificate of insurance to name the town? Or no?
No, I think in this case, we should be able to move it forward. Phoenix is aware of it, and like I said, there's no cost to the vendor at all. It's just a matter of paperwork to make sure that we're.
All of this is a matter of paperwork.
Just, I'm sorry, you guys need to speak up a
Oh, we
little
need
bit.
to-
You're sort
we're
of
fine.
talking between yourselves, but
Oh,
Right.
sorry.
Go ahead and call a vote.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Let the record show it's unanimous. Thank you, Phoenix. We look forward to a
Thank
fun
you.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have Jill Valentino for review and sign off on her Eagle Scout project. And I believe, Jill, you are with us. Please, come on.
Hello. I think I last presented in like September or something,
Mm.
but so pretty much I ran an Eagle project near Barton Road to restore and make accessible again the Boone Monument. So we ended up clearing a path. And this is like the site that it was in. You guys own the land.
Yes.
We have pictures, but it was separated into 3 work days. We cleared a path, covered it with gravel, and cleaned the road sign, like the marker next to the sign. Sorry, the marker next to the road, as well as the memorial itself. And we installed a Boone Monument sign out of wood and like 4x4 so that it's more visible from the road. I'm looking to get signed off under the beneficiary approval area.
We have the color version, right?
Whoa.
We got the real one.
Fancy.
Do we have any further comments that you wanted to make at all, Jill?
Sorry, what?
Do you have any further comments that you would like to make?
I do not.
Okay. With that, I'll take a motion.
I move to accept and authorize the chair to sign for the Eagle Scout project completed by Jill Valentino.
Second.
With motion made and seconded, is there any further comment or discussion?
I
Based
have,
on the picture, oh, sorry, go ahead.
you may start.
No, ladies first, you started first.
I was very impressed with everything you went through and figuring out how much gravel to put down. That's gonna be important for your entire life, just knowing the structural support of that. I had one question about your safety protocol, because you said you taught them the EDGE method.
Yes.
What is the EDGE method?
It's like you educate and demonstrate and guide, and then you like watch them do it.
Oh, okay, that's great. Yeah, it sounded like just an incredible project, so thank you very much.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Hector?
And based on the pictures, it's a great improvement, and I haven't seen it yet, but I look forward to going out there and checking it out. Thank you very much.
Else?
And if I could just build on, I mean, with the EDGE method, it's kind of like a, I do, we do, and then you do, so it's like meant to like empower those that she is working with. So if she's like the leader of her project, it's her sort of taking supervisor role, and then making sure that those beneath her are comfortable and feel expert enough to follow through with her directions.
Thank you.
I have a couple of things. I actually live very close to it, and I walked by it every day with my dog for a number of years. Literally, and my beautiful bride can attest to this, and every time I've gone by, I was like, somebody really needs to clean this up, because it was even to get to it, I don't know if people realized it, but right at the roadside, it was all poison ivy.
Oh, geez.
So to even get to the path, you had to go through poison ivy. I was blown away when I walked by when it was done. I was like, wow, this was really done well and thought out very well. To the point that I took myself and my dog and we walked it down to the actual monument itself and back through. It really is an outstanding job. The only other comments I wanted to make is in your application, I wanted to really congratulate you on your transparency when it came to the financial side of things, and your church was offering when you said no because you felt that money should be put toward those that are more needy, and figured another alternative for that funding. I think that speaks volumes about your character as an individual, and I really do commend you for that. Anybody else? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Let the record show it was unanimous. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.
So JT, you need to sign. I crossed off, it had Megan's name hard-coded, I couldn't change that, so you just need to I crossed that off.
Yep. Do you want me to just print my name and then sign under?
Please.
So now what? You become,
I now have my board of review, so it's like the last final boss, but hopefully that will go well.
That's like the crossing the T's and the dotting the I's.
yeah, you write very well too.
Thank you.
And that has now been signed, and that's the only place I need to sign, I'm assuming, correct? And does this now go to Jill?
Yep, she can take it.
Yay.
There you are, Jill. And
Thank you.
again, thank you so much.
Did it.
Great job.
Yes. Well done.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you,
Good
Bessie,
luck,
too.
although I don't think you're gonna need it for your board of review.
Yay. Thank you.
Okay. Next on our agenda is the annual appointment of building commissioner and inspectors. Would you like a motion?
I move to reappoint Francis Ramsbottom to the position of building commissioner for a one-year term ending May 31st, 2027.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? Comments? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Let the record show it was unanimous.
I move to reappoint the following inspectors for one-year terms ending May 31st, 2027. The local inspector, Douglas Hyde. The inspector of wires, Dennis Montiero. Probably butchered that. Deputy Inspector of Wires, Randall O'Grady. Plumbing and Gas Inspector, Adam Salberg. Deputy Plumbing and Gas Inspector, Robert Smith.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any further discussion or comments? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Let the record show it's unanimous. Okay, next on our agenda is the follow-up on board and committee code of conduct before annual appointments. Madam Administrator, would you like to just give a little background on this?
Yes, so I added this on your agenda. At your next meeting, your next two meetings, we will be doing annual appointments. And as we do, we go through and see who has completed their code of conduct, and we still have a number of folks that have not returned them or would not return them. When you all adopted this policy a few years ago, as you'll recall, we discussed it at length, we revised it a number of times. The board at the time had decided that folks that were not signing it, you wanted to have them here before you. I've not done that because obviously that's more of a disciplinary, and I just wanted to get a sense of how you all feel about the code of conduct and those that you appoint in board and committee roles. I did put in there that there are a few suggestions that we could sort of formalize it. We could ask them to fill it out before they come before you for appointment. We could have your motion be contingent upon them signing it. Or if you're happy at the way it is and those who choose to, we can continue as is. And then the existing members, for those that haven't done it, we could submit it and I could let you know before reappointments who has and has not. Again, it was such a bone of contention a few years ago. We have had issues, and when I've reached out to board members or chairs, I have referenced the code of conduct, especially those who have signed it. So I just thought it was time that we discuss it again and see what your feelings are before we start down the path, or I start chasing folks down again for filling it out when they will, and what to do if they will not sign it. So.
Sorry.
Can I get a motion?
I don't have a motion because I don't know how you want to proceed,
See,
It just says I move.
because it's really a discussion of how you all want to proceed, so I did not want to assume a motion for you.
Fair enough. I'll open discussion before a motion in this case. The three suggestions that were put before us, the first was dealing with existing members up for reappointment, would be sent the policy for signing before they are reappointed. The next two were the going forward, all appointments and reappointments state in the motion that the appointment will not go into effect until the code of conduct has been signed. And the third is before a candidate appears on an agenda for appointment, they will need to sign the policy.
Obviously, there are more options if you choose something else, but that's what I was pulling together for you.
No, I think they're viable options. Yes, Ingeborg.
when I read it, there's reference to the town charter disciplinary actions. What are those? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yes, so it follows open meeting law, so if there's an issue with I think we wrote it when they redid the charter, I would reach out initially, and then anything further has to come to this board in a public meeting.
Okay, so then I have a second question.
Sure.
I don't believe I've signed this on my Concom position.
I'll have to look back, I can look right now. You may have, you may not have.
I know.
We sent it on 2023, we sent it to all existing board and committee members at the time that were appointed by the select
You don't
board.
have to necessarily look it up. I was just wondering if those that haven't signed it, are they aware they haven't signed it? Has anyone raised a legitimate issue? I mean, I read through this again, looking for any potential, third-party interference issues that can come up when a government body asks something. And I didn't really see that. It's really a matter of acting courteously and professionally.
Sign it.
Oh, I did? Oh, good for me. But, so has anyone raised an issue that might need us to revise the policy?
Not to revise the policy, no one has raised an issue. I think there was pushback when the discussion happened around
Back.
decorum, manners, treating staff well, and those are the issues that we've had since. So the few times I've reached out to boards or chairs, it's because I've gotten complaints from employees at the way they're being treated, how they're spoken to, and I've referenced the code of conduct. And the last time was just a few months ago, and I said if it doesn't stop, it will have to come before the board because it's not okay to treat people this way. But that is what I've used to reference how they should be at least treating staff. They certainly should treat each other that way too, but
Right, no, we've definitely seen bad behavior on boards, so
yes, but no one's complained about,
they're not signing it because they see a flaw in it.
They're not objecting to it. They're
Right,
just-
thank you, that's the right
well,
word.
I think they may be objecting to it.
Are they?
There are some that came right away and said, I refuse to sign it.
For what purpose?
They don't want to be held to certain standards
They
of
don't want-
decorum
they don't
and
want a level.
and morals and ethics.
I wanna start flipping tables.
I feel like that right there, like if you are unwilling to sort of agree to the social contract, should you be, like, how much permissiveness do we want to allow?
That's the question.
Well, so like, if I may, I think that if it's a new appointee, I don't think that if you are a first-time appointee to the town, there's enough of a learning curve that has to occur for you to just sort of get into the role and commit your time, that I don't wanna, like, I've always been a big proponent of like lowering the barrier to participation in any way we can. But I definitely feel like if it's not your first rodeo, you should definitely be held to the contract. Like, if it's,
But why wouldn't we want new board members to treat staff and colleagues with respect?
I just meant like, I meant with regards to, that's an excellent point. I meant with regards to specifically the thing about requiring them to sign prior to appearing before us. Like, if they are willing to stand up and appear before us and be appointed and be on, I don't want that to be like
A deterrent?
a deterrent. But I do want it to be something that maybe within the first like year of their term, they really should do it. I don't know if we have that kind of flexibility.
Then you have no recourse if they get on the board. That was the whole purpose, is we had issues, so we wanted a plan so that the board could meet with folks, remove them for cause if they were acting unprofessionally.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree. I think that if it's like this is the floor. This is not, prim and proper etiquette that is laid out in the expectation, so. And I think if you don't wanna be chasing, so looking at the options, the second option, the appointment only goes into effect when they've done it. I don't think you wanna be chasing people around, be like, hey, remember you gotta do this, remember you gotta do this. I think being proactive, both with reappointments and new appointments is the way to go.
When you say to be proactive, define further what you mean by that, Dan.
Signing it before you come before the board.
Okay. Thank you, because that's what I thought you were saying,
Yep.
and that's how I feel as well. Hector?
The people that you've had conversations with, are any of them ones that have not signed receipt of this?
The recent conversations?
Any of the conversations since this went into effect?
Yes.
And
I just remind them we have a code of conduct.
because although I agree, I kinda like the second option, I also feel or wonder legally, can't we still hold them to this standard whether they sign, haven't received it? That's a standard that this board has set for interaction between boards, committees, and employees. So it really doesn't matter if they haven't signed it, they still are held to that conduct.
That's correct. I think this allows me to intervene before it gets to you by saying you've signed a code of conduct. If your behavior continues, I will elevate it. If they don't sign it, in my opinion, it should just come to the board, and then I think we will do a disservice to people that wanna serve by parading folks that have bad behavior, and that's why I've tried to curb that and not bring people, I try to give them an opportunity to correct their behavior. We don't wanna be pulling residents in that are volunteering, but at some point, their behavior has to be addressed. So you absolutely can, still hold them to that standard. But if we have something signed, and let's just say it rises to a harassment, discrimination, then we have some documentation that they've read and understand the policy and are continuing to do that despite that. So if we are sued by an employee for bad behavior of a board member, we have a little bit of protection, not much, but.
Cause I also see an option going with option 3, and if anybody refuses to sign it, or actually before I mention option 3, if anybody refuses to sign it because they are conscientious objectors or what have you, then yeah, bring them here. Why even waste time? They don't want to acknowledge the code of conduct, they don't wanna play nice. Let's not play nice.
Well, nothing's ever black and white.
It's never black and white, but it is something that we're asking people to at least follow these guidelines.
Right, and that's why, for example, I was asking, what are the reasons? If there's a flaw, if there's, what's the
Right.
objective? And it doesn't appear that there's a flaw at this point. So I'm thinking that we should ask for signature before either reappointment or appointment. However, just to put your comment on a little bit of a spin, I'd recommend that if someone has a legitimate concern about a section or whatever, not just I'm crossing my arms and saying no, we're open to discussing it. We wrote it. Editing is always appropriate, sometimes is appropriate, so that would be my recommendation.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have the discussion, but if someone just says, no, I don't wanna, and has no specific reason for it, I wouldn't want to not have a position filled because someone doesn't like the policy and doesn't like to be told what to do. However, it would be with the understanding that instead of negotiating with Denise and saying, here's the code of conduct, you signed to it, you don't wanna follow the code of conduct, the first violation, come here, explain to us why you think this code of conduct doesn't apply to you, and we decide whether to remove them or not.
I hear what you're saying. And I'll take it even one step further than what you're saying, in the sense that, do I want us to have vacant volunteer positions on our board and committees? Not something I'm trying to do at all. However, I think it would be far more detrimental if our employees are being mistreated
Right.
and disrespected, and now all of a sudden we're losing valuable employees who are here doing a job that they really are here and wanted to do. To me, that's of a great value as well, and I believe that is why this code of conduct was vetted and put forward.
I feel like we're overcomplicating this a little bit, to be honest.
There's nothing in it that.
It's hard for me to imagine like a sincere, like conscientious objector point to be made. It's just about like a base level of respect and decorum, and like that doesn't mean you can't have heated disagreements, and be animated. But at the end of the day, just like treat people with kindness, and there's like a basic floor. That doesn't mean that like, I don't know. It should be done before the appointment, before the reappointment, and if it's that much of a bugaboo that you can't do it, then are we gonna, to your hypothetical, Hector, are we gonna, every person who theoretically is like, I refuse, are we gonna have like constantly having people come before us? Now, I don't think that's gonna happen, but like.
Yeah, I don't expect that it would happen
No.
for more than like 1 or 2 people, and kinda to Ingeborg's point, if there's a reason they have and it takes them coming before the board to explain what reason they have for not signing it, I'm assuming the majority of the people that haven't signed it, it's forgetfulness. Busy lives, that. But for people who have specifically refused to sign it, if they don't follow it and need to be brought, it needs to be brought to their attention that they're violating the code of conduct, then let's bring them here and hear what their reason for refusal is.
I mean, even if they don't feel comfortable coming to us to express them, like the part that they don't feel is, well, the reason for them not wanting to sign, even just communicating that to Denise and having Denise bring that to our attention gives us the opportunity to reevaluate that particular provision and doesn't parade the person out in front of the camera. Which is like, if the person is uncomfortable, we should give them the ability to address their discomfort easily. So like, I agree that like this is a floor, not a ceiling we're asking for, right?
Yeah,
As Dan said, and I think that if you're coming before us for reappointment, there's no excuse not to agree unless you have a specific issue which should be brought to our attention for a different reason. And so the real question, like from my perspective, is I don't think for point one for reappointment, I think it sounds like most of us agree that that's an obvious, like if you're getting reappointed, you should be used to this by now.
Just a technical question on that. Does it expire? For reappointment, is it like how you have to redo it?
We don't send it out every year, so if we have it on file, as long as they're serving in a continuous capacity, we have it. I mean, excuse me, Tina and I have been talking about trying to find a better method to distribute policies for employees so that we can send it out electronically, they can acknowledge it electronically. The same would be for board and committee members. We just don't have that, so it's all email and paper, and so I don't wanna add to the burden of having them sign it. So once we have it on file that they've signed it.
As long as it's consecutive, but like if it's like back-to-back terms, then it would,
We just continue it.
that makes sense.
So then, it sounds like of the three options, if I'm hearing everybody correctly, before a candidate, whether it's appointment or reappointment, appears on our agenda for appointment or reappointment, they will need to sign the policy.
if they haven't already.
Yes.
Is that a motion, Mr. Chair?
No, I, as the chair, cannot do that, I am just.
It was a suggested.
Well, let's move this on then here.
I move that with regards to the code of conduct for board and committee members, that existing members up for reappointment would be sent the policy for signing before they are reappointed. And before a candidate should appear for their first appointment, they will also need to sign and acknowledge that policy.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any further comment or discussion?
I have one question. Is this only for appointed or is it also elected?
No, so when the discussion took place, the board felt they couldn't set policy for elected because they don't answer to you all.
Okay,
So this gives some recourse, so it's only board members that you all appoint.
okay, thank you.
So positions appointed by the town moderator are not included in this.
No, but he has incorporated it as well, so he has his own code of conduct that he requires to be signed. But if like the Concom appoints a member to serve, now granted the Concom, if the planning board appoints a member to serve for them, that would not be covered, it's just anyone that you all appoint.
Okay.
So, sorry, what would apply to elected members then?
The state ethics, the ethics and conflict of interest laws.
And I imagine the town moderator has the same sort of,
He used our code of conduct, yeah.
okay?
Any further questions, comments? Seeing or hearing none, all those in favor?
I,
Aye, let the record show it's unanimous. Before we go any further, I just need to put a clarification out. Public comment was at the beginning of our meeting. I'm not accepting any further comment on any issues from the public. The discussions are between the 5 board members at this point in time. Thank you.
You might wanna just clarify that that's in accordance with the state directives, it's
Of
not
open
us,
meeting law.
not us being jerks.
And your own public comment policy.
Right,
Yes.
so just, don't get too mansplaining.
And our
Hear
next
that?
item,
Why can't you hear it when I'm making quiet motions?
I can hear it all, it's the microphone, I don't think the microphone picked it up.
Sonic hearing.
okay, select board committee assignments. Is next on our agenda.
Yeah, so these are your, obviously, your committee assignments. The current holder is in italics. Really, the only one that has to definitely have a new one is SMOT, because that was Megan. But you can discuss if anyone wants to reallocate their assignments. So we just decide, every year we do it always.
Do you want to continue with capital planning?
That actually works for me, yeah.
So, I would offer Brian Patudo to take on my role in the capital planning committee position.
Was that a motion?
Yes.
Second.
Oh, he who speaks with forked tongue.
In this case, I don't have a choice.
Dan, you seconded that?
I did.
Any discussion on that?
No.
Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Let the record show it's unanimous. The
So does that
SMOT.
mean you'll take over SMOT?
Well, you have to go down the list. So the next one is Green
I have-
Advisory.
On this last one, I think it's to 2028, it's a 2-year term,
Which last one?
the
The next
capital
one.
planning.
No, because JT is currently in the role that expires
Oh, okay,
2028.
okay. Alright.
So if he stayed, it would just, you wouldn't have to reappoint
For the
him.
remainder, I get it.
Yes.
Thank you.
And to your point, are we following the proposed minutes, or not minutes, motions, or
Yes.
the,
I would say go down the list and the motions, cause it's easier.
great,
Um,
green advisory.
Green Advisory, Hector, you're currently on it.
I'm okay with staying on unless somebody else wants it.
I move to appoint Hector Constanzas as the Select Board appointee to the Green Advisory Committee for a 1-year term expiring June 30th, 2027.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Take the next, please.
I'm assuming, go ahead.
Yeah, so with the next one, if you wanna keep Tina in the role, you don't need to reappoint, cause her term currently goes through 2028. So if you're happy with her
You
serving,
don't wanna take it over? No?
You're doing such a great job.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's been, what, one
Oh,
meeting?
yeah, okay.
Denise, I'm assuming that you're going to stay on the MPAC, or the MAPC rather?
I'm happy to stay on MAPC and Magic.
I was curious how that is. I don't know, cause I might be interested in one of them, or should they be 2 people?
So they don't need to be, they don't need to be 2 people.
I mean, how often do they meet?
So, MAPC, we meet monthly, like the first Tuesday of the month, I think it is. Magic is a little more difficult. I don't know that they have a set meeting schedule for Magic, but MAPC meets fairly regularly.
And do they talk about planning stuff, obviously, and
Yeah, so-
environmental stuff and?
Yeah, so I'm the alternate as your rep, cause Valerie is the primary for both of those.
So this is really there it is. Duh.
Yes.
Alternate, okay.
Yeah, so you have an alternate seat because the planning board,
Okay.
and Valerie have the primary. So usually Valerie goes, if she can't make it, I'll make sure I'm there. Sometimes I just go and listen because it's all sort of planning conversation. I'd be happy if you would like to take one, that would be fine with me.
And magic is just the more
Abracadabra.
magic area discussions,
Yes.
okay? And that's an actual select board representative,
Yes.
and that one does not have fixed meeting schedules.
I don't think so,
Obviously, it's not very active,
not that I can, let me just,
cause I could maybe be that one and let you continue to be the alternate for MAPC?
So actually, I apologize, it's Magic that has the first Tuesday meeting.
Okay,
MAPC is more sporadic because they tend to meet more in person.
all right. Well, so Magic, and it's during the day meeting.
Yes, so they meet at 9 o'clock, usually 9 to 10:30 on the first Tuesday of the month.
I'm gonna ask this question. Is it interesting or is it like blah, 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 blah? It's a little of both, maybe? I know
It's a
that's
little of
putting you
both.
on spot
No.
on TV, but
It's a little of both. I mean, they will go through, so MAPC and so MAPC will talk first. If they have a topic, they'll have a presentation come in. I mean, it's virtual.
okay, yeah, good.
Then they'll open it up and do a round robin of all the communities to say something and chime in with our current projects.
Okay.
So, I
Well,
mean, it is fairly interesting.
I'm willing to do Magic if that makes sense.
Okay.
Alright, in that case, let's see.
And I'll stay as MAPC?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, I move to appoint Ingeborg as the select board representative to the Minuteman Advisory Group on interlocal coordination for a one-year term expiring June 30th, 2027.
Second.
Second, sorry. Found out there.
How are your prestidigitation?
So moved and seconded, any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now, SMART.
Been
All
there,
yours,
done that,
JT.
and I'm not,
Oh, Dan seems
Dan.
like he's
Oh,
interested.
good. Are
Good.
you good?
Potentially, but everyone's excitement at me throwing my head in the ring is giving me pause.
I already paid my dues on that one.
Okay, can you elaborate?
Well, actually, it is kind of, do they meet virtually now?
They meet virtually, usually Wednesdays tends to be their
Wednesday,
meeting
first
night.
Wednesday, yeah.
I will say it will be picking up now because they just signed, I don't know if everything's signed, but the Bird Meadow development.
Right, it's part
So
of
they'll
my
be
interest
really
was-
overseeing that project, going through the development and dealing with Mark O'Hagan as he's building.
So it actually could be very productive right now. I was
Yeah,
on it
very
when we were
impactful.
just starting
No,
that
definitely.
whole Bird Meadow thing, so.
I think I'd be interested.
I move to appoint Dan Peterson as the select board representative to the Stow Municipal Affordable Housing Trust for the remainder of a 2-year term ending June 30th of 2027.
Second. Motion been made and seconded.
I think you're
Am I-
tired. We're all.
Am I?
You want me to call the vote?
Second if it's.
All those in
There's no
favor?
financial
Aye.
impact.
Wonderful. And the last one.
Hector, you good for this one too?
I don't know if I can handle another meeting I don't attend. They do, actually. They have quite a few meetings. They put out a pretty
Okay.
informative newsletter, so I stay up to date with those news, but again, it's
How often
because
does
we're
that happen?
one little corner of us
That's
is
right.
close to the MBTA. That's the only reason we're on it, and everything they discuss has no effect on stuff. Except for the zoning
Zoning
that we
bylaw
had
change
to
from
do.
last year, yeah.
And that was public knowledge anyway, so there was nothing special for me to. But they meet at least once a month.
So what I'm hearing is public transit's a real passion of yours.
It can be.
Okay, I move to appoint Hector Costanzas as the select board representative to the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority Advisory Committee.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any further comment? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all right. We got through those. And our last item is to vote to petition the general
No,
court.
you skipped one. Sorry.
Oh,
Second
excuse me.
How can you miss that one?
Whoops.
Gnarly.
Discussion of delivery of marijuana and marijuana products is next on our agenda.
I have a question.
Would you like
regarding
me
this.
to explain?
I read through it, your explanation was fairly clear, but for the public, I think it makes some sense for you to get, throw some pearls of
Please and
wisdom.
thank you.
Certainly. So on April 19th, the governor signed a new act of 2026 that included a modernization of the cannabis law. In it, she abolished the existing Cannabis Control Commission, had to establish a new Cannabis Control Commission with fewer members, and made delivery of marijuana and marijuana products allowable in every city in the Commonwealth, every city or town in the Commonwealth, by right. So, but because we have a passed town meeting ordinance to not allow cannabis and marijuana products to be sold in town, we have the ability, if we so choose, to request a waiver from the CCC for up to 2 years for delivery. It is a vote of the select board, it is not a vote of town meeting. I met with the police chief and the planning director to have a conversation about this. We looked at the pros and cons, I've identified some of them for you. In our discussions, we felt we don't think it's necessary to prohibit. To be honest with you, we would prefer delivery of products so that people aren't picking it up, perhaps consuming it and driving back home. If they're getting it delivered and using it in their home, we find that that's safer. There's really no financial benefit to the town because we don't get any percentage, we don't get any portion of sales, but it would be available, it's available today to the residents. So I did speak with council just to talk through the options. They did write a waiver letter if the board would like to request the waiver. If you're fine proceeding without, with allowing it, you don't need to take any action because the law allows it. So it was, because this came up, I wanted to have this conversation. I didn't want to get too far down the line and then have someone say, hey, what do we do with this? So just wanted to bring it before you, and as I said, I met with Mike and Valerie, and we did talk this through, just so I could get their perspectives on it.
Okay, any comments from anyone? Hector?
So I just wanna be clear, this doesn't do away with what the town voted for about selling in Stow.
Correct.
Simply, so if you buy it at the dispensary in Maynard and they have a delivery service, it can be delivered into Stow.
Correct.
What's the enforcement? I apologize. What is the enforcement options for Stow if we do ask for the waiver? It's a primary offense, secondary offense.
So there are really no, I mean, we could notify the Cannabis Control Commission that one of their licensed establishments is selling outside of their authority or delivering outside of their authority, but someone would have to report it, the police would have to know about it. I mean, it's highly unlikely unless a neighbor calls and says someone's getting something delivered every day. I mean, so the likelihood of us knowing about it is slim.
I would vote no action, no change,
I would
continue to
also-
allow.
I
Same
agree.
here.
Okay, I take it from the consensus, no action, and actually I agree, so it seems to be unanimous. Actually, I agree with the discussions that were had. I think it is safer, just knowing human nature. Okay, now.
Okay.
Vote to petition the general court for special legislation to allow digital legal notices.
Let's go for it.
I'll take a motion.
You didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that.
I move to petition the general court for special legislation to allow digital legal notices.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. This was something that was brought up at annual town meeting, and that was voted on to move this forward. So this, if I'm correct in my understanding, is the legal process we're going through now, where it comes to us to then be able to be sent to the legislature.
Correct.
Okay. Hector?
Again, just to be clear, so this is just asking us asking the legislator to let us do this. It doesn't mean we can.
It doesn't mean we can today,
Right.
correct. So the requirement now is legal notices have to be in a print newspaper in wide delivery of the community. Nothing that meets that criteria any longer.
So once we petition the legislature, then it's just a wait and see if they ever do
Yes.
something about it?
For instance, the act to formalize our special town meeting last year with the posting date, if you'll recall, we had to send that in, that still has not been finalized through the legislature. And that was a top priority of the governor's office, and it is still sitting there through committee. So it still could be 6 months, my guess is it will not be done before they leave session, so, but this just gets it into the pipeline.
Right, but it is, I mean, we've got to at least get it into the pipeline.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, do we need to start a calling campaign and have everybody call Jamie and Kate and?
No, they're really good, so this one will go directly to them, so I will send this to Jamie and Kate, one of them has to file it. The last one was a governor's act, so it did take a little bit longer to get through the governor's office once we sent it in. But again, they're coming up to the end of their session for the summer, so I don't think it's gonna happen tomorrow, but perhaps September could be something that's filed early. I don't think either one would object to putting this through. I've had conversations with Kate about the lack of newspapers here and how the state needs to do something. Absent that, cities and towns have to do this to do their own special act until the state catches up with the fact that print newspapers are just going out.
And another follow-up, this just has to do with us being in compliance. This does not mean that in future years, the printed version of the warrant it could still go out.
Yeah, so this doesn't have anything to do with the warrant. This is just the requirement for legal notices, advertisements, public hearing notices. The law requires them to be in print. So, yes, so we can still, if the Independent ceases to produce paper copies once a year or twice a year for us, we could look at the Action Unlimited. We could look at other avenues. We could mail it out ourselves. So
Right.
it doesn't preclude that. This just, I think I mentioned when we were going through the warrant process, when I started calling, the nearest newspaper, regular daily newspaper, is the Metro West Daily, and we have 3 print subscribers in the town of Stow. So clearly, and that's where we were sending our legal notices, so there is no wide circulation in Stow any longer. So personally, I feel that the law is doing us a disservice because we're paying for those and no one's reading them.
Right.
We're putting them on our website anyways. We have a separate legal notice section of our website that people can subscribe to because they're just not getting it. So for us, it's as much about notifying the public as it is financial, that we're just wasting money for things that people aren't reading, so. But no, it doesn't preclude us from, if a paper comes back, we can go right back in and advertise that way.
And that's, I just wanted to clarify that, because I didn't want people to misconstrue that it meant, hey, your printed warrants aren't going out in 2027. Like, I didn't want people to think that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything further? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor?
I
Let the record show it is unanimous. Next on the agenda, our meeting minutes of May 12th, 2026. I'll take a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to accept the meeting minutes of May the 12th, 2026 meeting.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any comments or discussion?
Great note.
Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, and board correspondence, we did get some additional correspondence, just so folks know. From my M. Paul P. Sydney R. on the animal welfare. And this is for the project they're doing as seniors at Neshoba Regional High School. And they are asking,
that was in our package, wasn't
Do
it?
we have any policies?
Yeah, that was in our package.
So we've received a number of civic project requests.
We have them in our package, are these
Yeah,
additional
so you have-
ones?
That one though was in today's
Bonus.
Oh, so this is a second
additional
one.
correspondence, yes.
Okay, all right.
So yes, we've tried to sort of redirect the students to which board or committee or entity actually handles these things before they, one of them was about the Bolton, the high school.
Right.
We have nothing to do with the high school parking lot, so we've tried to redirect them. They still have an opportunity if they wanna reach back out and say, no, they wanna meet with you, but we did get that additional correspondence on the civic project, so.
Right, and there was, Finmont and the potholes in Mass, that also came through,
That was a civic project also.
again, that was a civic project. These came in late, that's why, and I just wanted them to be recognized, with open meeting law. And then there was a final one that was sent to us by Flora Jean Romer on, Common Road.
Is there anything we can do to help the students on their civics projects?
You could certainly reach out as individuals and see if they want to pick your brain. Like I said, we've sort of redirected them, but have the same comment that if there's, if you want to invite them in, we certainly can invite them in. I just don't know what we'll talk about, like with the high school parking lot or some of those things. But, and animal control doesn't fall under, it falls under the Board of Health, so it was,
Right.
I can certainly invite them all in if you guys wanna give them a civics lesson and go through the process with them.
Well, let's see how they do with their alternative
Or we
contract.
could write a letter of support to the Bolton Police, if that's appropriate, just saying we support their interest in the project. Could do that.
I'd support any removal of potholes.
So the pothole one was just for the whole state of
Well,
Massachusetts?
within Stow and the
Oh.
state and looking at, are there any other viable options, and other materials that could be used, things
Oh,
in
I
that
see.
nature. Honestly, that's something I think Dan, who is our director of DPW, is better suited to answer
Yes.
Did we
questions
respond
like
to that one too? Okay, and we said to go to DP, okay.
Yes.
Each of them actually did get a response.
Okay, good.
Which I actually have.
Good.
Yeah, so when Joyce prints the stuff for correspondence, she will include the response, especially if it's something like that, like, while the board will receive this, it's really, we suggest you go to the Board of Health, the DPW directly, as they're the better entity to answer those questions.
I think that's really what they are looking for.
Yeah. So,
But if any of them reach back out and say, no, we'd like to have a conversation, I'll schedule them, but I feel like that's where they're gonna get their information for their project.
I'm happy to have those conversations. I just think knowing the nature of these projects, they were pointing in the right direction.
Right.
That's all.
okay,
And Verizon and Comcast are still ghosting us.
But Joyce was very happy for you that we got an N-Star. She actually said Hector will be very happy that we have an N-Star
Some
correspondence.
reductions. I do have a question on the correspondence, on the Minuteman budget, we could respond by taking no action and then, or do we just wanna take an action and then they know definitively, or they have to wait the 45 days?
So the action is town meeting,
Oh,
so we usually take no action,
I see.
and then it just becomes part of their adjustment.
Okay, fine.
If there was a large amount that would benefit the communities, we would have a special town meeting to discuss that, and then everyone would get that allocation back. But with something like this, we just don't take action, don't schedule it, and then it just. So then that's why we usually get a decreased assessment throughout the year when they have extra E&D.
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
all right, I will take one final motion.
Second.
Motion.
You got me on that
I'm
one.
always
Get
jumping the
used to
gun.
that.
I move to, we already did minutes. Mr. Chair, I move to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, let the record show unanimous, we are adjourned, thank you all very much, and thank you to the audience members remotely as well, we really appreciate you folks listening in, thank you.
What do we have to sign?
Just that?
Just the special event.
Is the motorcycle thing unrelated to us?